Now, the Pfizer rollout has begun across Australia with thousands of aged care residents and frontline workers first in line for the jab. The national supply has been bolstered by a second shipment of more than 150,000 doses of the vaccine, which arrived on a Singapore Airlines flight yesterday. But that's where the challenges begin. The Pfizer jab must be stored at a super cold temperature of around minus 70 degrees, making it difficult to store and transport to regional areas, as you can imagine. Supply tension from overseas means every dose counts. The stakes are so high, the location of the warehouse in Sydney is kept top secret. Today, we go inside with the person in charge of the operation, and he joins me now, Saul Resnick, CEO of DHL Supply Chain Australia. Thanks so much for your time, Saul. First of all, why so secret?
Sorry, Laura, as you said that, nice to be with you, but as you said that someone dropped a pallet in the background.
Timing is everything. Well, I hope that pallet wasn't some of the vials of vaccine that is being kept
far away from us. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good. Why is the location so secret? This seems like a bit of a James Bond mission to me.
Well, it's not really a James Bond mission. You don't worry, your camera crew haven't been blindfolded on the way here. But we are trying, obviously, for obvious reasons, to keep the location confidential. It's limited to those people working here and very few in the know, simply because we recognise the criticality and the importance of the product we're storing and distributing, and the importance and relevance it has for our country and our greater population. You know, we're treating this as if it was the most precious commodity imaginable. And as such, we don't want anyone to come into touch with the product or anything to happen to the product, which could possibly deter or possibly cause challenges down the line in terms of how we vaccinate our population.
Now, what is the risk here? It is kept secret. It's a very secure location. You're worried about thieves, or this is just simply being treated as the most precious cargo we have at the moment?
I think the latter. I mean, we're just treating this with every precaution possible. The reality is we're looking at the supply chain holistically, not just about potential theft, but more about what happens to the product. You mentioned in your build-up about it being stored at minus 70. The reality is that this product is very complex to manage and distribute, and we have to ensure that every precaution is taken, not only from a theft perspective, but also from ensuring the compliance of the product all through its life cycle, through the supply chain. And that means that it's not vials aren't dropped, vials aren't broken, product is maintained at the right temperature, at minus 70, right up until the point of administration.
Okay, and getting it to regional areas is probably a logistical nightmare, but you're in the business of that, so how difficult is it, or is it easy?
I won't say it's easy, but, you know, we've been doing this for many, many years. So, yes, the focus is a lot higher for all the right reasons because of the COVID vaccine and because all the world's eyes, or at least Australian eyes, are on the distribution of this. But the reality is we've been distributing vaccines and cold chain medicines for more than 65-70% of the industry for plus 20 years already. So it's not uncommon for us to do this kind of work. Minus 70 is somewhat rare as a challenge, I'll give you that. But the reality is our packaging, our validation, the vehicles we use, the modes we use to transport it, the people, the over 1,000 qualified, trained individuals we have in our business are all trained around cold chain and pharmaceutical type products and medications. So whilst it's complex from the layman's perspective, it is something that we do on a regular basis. And whether it be regional, rural, remote areas or metropolitan areas, the same processes and protocols apply, ensuring that we get the product to where it needs to be in the right condition.
So you haven't broken any, have you?
No, we haven't broken any, and that pallet, as I said, was nowhere near anything related to the cold chain product that we're storing right here.
Okay, good to know, and good luck. Saul Resnick from DHL, appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Thank you, Laura.